Hi, welcome to the Secular Scriptures. I'm Gail. This is going to be my first video in a series called Straight to Hell, which will be all the various reasons I was told I'd be going straight to the bad place. As I've mentioned before, I grew up attending various evangelical churches during the height of the Satanic Panic, and while my experience wasn't the worst ever, it was far from healthy. As I'm on this journey to heal my religious trauma, I find myself picking at a scab now and then. And today's particularly irritating scab is biblical inerrancy. What in the world is biblical inerrancy? Biblical inerrancy is the doctrine that the Bible, in its original manuscripts, contains no errors and is completely true in all aspects, including historical, scientific, and doctrinal statements reflecting the character of God who cannot lie. Which, ironically, is a great big honkin' whopper of a lie. I know, because reading that just made my head hurt. In Sunday school, we were taught that God literally took the hand of the scribes and wrote every single word of the Bible, just like the disembodied hand wrote on the wall in Daniel 5:5. And she actually did use that example. And then she said, God directed the translators and those scribes and printers down through the ages, and every single word is still true today. No lies, no contradictions, no errors at all. Nope, not even the ones that's been documented. Ignore those, please. Well, then. You know what would make this headache better? If you liked, commented, and subscribed. So, here are the 5 reasons that I object to the concept of biblical inerrancy. Number 1, we don't have any of the original manuscripts. Number 2, that's not how scribal work works. I say this as a person who uses medieval Bibles as source material all of the time. I can literally see the changes and the mistakes in these manuscripts. Number 3, there are loads of contradictions in the Bible. We've covered many of them here. This text has zero obligation to be consistent for you. That is not its purpose. Number 4, God specifically says he lies multiple times. And in no particular order, we have 1 Kings chapter 22, verse 23. So now the Lord has put a deceiving spirit in the mouths of all these prophets of yours. The Lord has decreed disaster for you. 2 Chronicles 18:22 repeats this almost word for word. Ezekiel chapter 14, verse 9. If the prophet is enticed to speak a false, I put that in there, message, then it was I, the Lord, who enticed him, and I will stretch out my hand against him and destroy him from among my people Israel. 2 Thessalonians 2, verses 10 through 12. And every kind of wicked deception for those who are perishing because they refuse to love the truth and so be saved. For this reason, God sends them a powerful delusion, lending them to believe what is false, so that all who have not believed the truth but took pleasure in unrighteousness will be condemned. Ezekiel 20, verses 25 and 26. Moreover, I gave them statutes that were not good and ordinances by which they could not live. I defiled them through their very gifts in their offering up of all their firstborn in order that I might horrify them, so that they might know that I am the Lord. Now, if there are any apologists watching, before you start gaslighting me in the comments, trying to tell me that it wasn't God who lied, I want you to stop and think here. We're going to use an analogy. Let's rename God. We'll call him Bob. He's the CEO of a company. We'll call the deceiving spirit Frank. He is upper management. The prophets will be the floor managers of the company, and the people are the employees. So, from 1 Kings, Bob told Frank to tell the floor managers that everyone's jobs are safe, even though he plans to fire everyone. Now, tell me again how Bob didn't lie. Ezekiel 14, the floor manager said our jobs were safe, but we all got fired. Who was lying here? There is a difference between lying and passing on bad information that you trusted. 2 Thessalonians 2. The employees want to form a union. Bob secretly dislikes this, but he plays along and then fires them when they do. Ezekiel 20. Bob knows darn well that the guys on the floor are going to get cancer from the chemicals that they're working with every day, but he throws lots of pizza parties and small incentives so that they like him, and denies knowing about any harm. The workers carry the chemicals home on their clothes to their kids. Bob thinks this is funny, and he has a secretary send flowers when someone dies. Tell me how Bob isn't lying. Tell me how God can't lie. This is just stupid. God can and does lie all the time. Number 5. The Bible is the last book you should be getting scientific or historical information from. Please just don't. Just don't do that. Peeled twigs do not impact sheep genetics. There's no storehouses for hail or snow in the sky. The earth is not flat. There's no mountain you can climb to see the whole world. The Exodus didn't happen. The earth is billions of years old. Homo sapiens did not come from two people made from mud. And there's no such thing as a human virgin birth. Friends, please enjoy these stories and lessons that they contain that are useful to you. But geez Louise, don't be dumb. The cult of ignorance is not cool. The whole inerrant word of God thing just does not hold up to a basic 3rd grade reading level. I found this out when I decided to read it in 2nd and 3rd grade. This is, of course, why I got called a bride of Satan at 8 years old and was informed that I was going straight to hell. Or not that I was allowed to leave the church to go there. No, I was actually going straight to hell for a lot of reasons, according to my pastors. One would have thought I'd have known the way by then. Ironically, I was a very good kid. I just asked a ton of annoying questions. Inerrancy sets people up for a crisis of faith when they read the Bible instead of cherry picking it. And I'm actually fine with cherry picking, but we'll talk about that later. The Bible is not inerrant. It is full of flaws. God is flawed. The people are flawed. The ideas are flawed. But you know what? That's okay. But don't lie about it. By the way, I married a very nice man who is definitely not Satan. Thank you so much for joining me on the Secular Scriptures. I hope this video was helpful in some way, or at least entertaining, if not. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all next Sunday.